Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back Cooking with Paul. So, I hope you enjoyed the last couple of videos. They were kind of fun. They didn't really have to do much with cooking, but it was fun. Made you laugh, didn't it? Made me laugh. Anyways, so today we are going to be making pork chops with a mushroom cream sauce. And I hope you enjoy it. And just remember that this particular recipe can be changed to whatever is your liking. If you don't like the mushrooms, don't put the mushrooms in. Add peppers. Mix of green, yellow, orange peppers would taste wonderful also. Or you may not want to put any kind of vegetable in at all, just the cream sauce itself. It's a wonderful recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to saute the mushrooms, and without further ado, let's get hopping. All right, enjoy. So in your saucepan, I put 2 tablespoons of butter, and they're melted, okay? And then I'm going to add in the mushrooms, and I have about, I'd say about 2 cups to 3 cups. They cook down a lot, you know, so, and I like you can use any kind of mushroom. I like using the white mushroom myself. You know, so I'm going to add those in. And like I said, this will cook down. And your heat should be like on a medium-high heat. Okay, so, and the flavors you're going to get from this for your meat is going to be wonderful. You know, and the pork chops that I'm doing with this, by the way, just to let you know, I marinated these pork chops in a olive oil with a rosemary, garlic, and salt and pepper. And that's all. And I marinated them overnight in the refrigerator in a baggie so they get all those flavors into the meat, and it's going to taste wonderful. So as we get going with our mushrooms here, you hear a little bit of a sizzle. Make a cream sauce also, and I want some really good flavor in it. I can do 2 things. I can put in chicken stock, okay, or I use a bouillon base, and I love the bouillon base. It's the flavor in the base. These bases are magnificent. The only trick to using these is you do not need to salt your food. The reason being is this is quite salty. Using these and salting your food, you decide it's too much salt. It'll be over salty. You'll be tasting great flavor, wonderful gravies and everything with this bouillon base. Okay, my mushrooms are cooking down. They're looking wonderful. And the other thing is people also put in onion with this. And they'll put onion with the mushroom. And it's, like I said, it's all by taste. Whatever flavor you particularly care for is what you should do for your family. Because I know there's a lot of families out there who don't cook with onions, you know. So, you don't cook with onions, you know. If you like the flavor that the onion gives in a recipe, you know, but you don't like the texture of eating an onion, put in some onion powder, you know, or granulated onion. I do that quite often, and it works well. It gives a lot of flavor to your meats, to your sauces, to your gravies, without having an actual onion in it, you know. So try that out. You may like it. Okay, these mushrooms are cooking down really good. Nice flavor. Now I'm going to add in, okay, about a tablespoon of minced garlic. Okay, and I have 2 tablespoons in here, but I'm going to save 1 tablespoon for later on. Okay, as you can see, the mushrooms are cooking down really good. I moved the camera so you guys could see exactly what's going on the stove so you can take a peek at it. You know, so I'm just sauteing these mushrooms, you know, so they get nice and cooked up for our mushroom gravy, you know. And like I said, you can exchange these mushrooms, if you don't like mushrooms, for peppers or, you know, any kind of other vegetable that you like, you know. If I was to do like broccoli or something to that, something like that, I would cook it last because broccoli cooks really fast. I would make my cream sauce and set that aside, and then I'll do the pork chops, mix that together, and then at the very end you can add broccoli. Broccoli cooks very quickly, so it basically doesn't need a lot of cooking like mushrooms or even peppers. Peppers cook down pretty quickly, but you always can just set those aside, you know. Or you like mushrooms and peppers together, join them all in. More the merrier, right? Adds a lot of flavor, and you'll impress people with the beautiful flavors that it will bring to your dish. So as it's cooking, I am going to add in a teaspoon of the base, the chicken base. And I like to add it in now because it gives the mushrooms a really good flavor, and it incorporates really well, you know, from the heat. See, and you just stir it in, and it kind of dissolves and melts down with the liquids, you know, but that flavor is in there with the mushrooms, you know. And just remember, if you do use the chicken base or even beef base, whenever you use that, just remember not to salt your food. Be very careful, or very salted, very, very lightly. Because the base has a lot of sodium in it, and you just don't want to over salt your food because it just will take away from all the other flavors. So just be real cautious. Okay, so this looks really good, and this is what it should look like when you're pulling it off the heat, you know. So it looks pretty decent, you know. So I'm going to pull this off the heat, put it aside, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have my pork chops, or my mushrooms are done, set aside, and I have my pork chops. Like I said, I marinated these overnight in a baggie with olive oil, some rosemary, and salt and pepper, and some garlic. So I'm going to cook those up. Set my dish aside here. Let those cook. Get a really nice brown on these. And just remember, when you're doing pork or you're doing chicken, that your temperatures of your meat are very important. You want to keep your temperatures at, you know, to get your any kind of either pork or chicken should be 165. You shouldn't be serving it any lower than that. You know, it's too much of a risk. And when you're cooking this, make sure your heat is on a medium to a medium high, and depending on how your stove cooks. If your stove cooks really hot, then you can turn it down, because you don't want to burn these. You want to get a nice brown on them, you know, because you're going to join everything together. It's all going to come together. You're going to have the cream, the mushrooms, the pork chops, and then whatever you want to put it over, you can put it over a bed of rice, you can put it over a bed of noodles, you can put it over a bed of vegetables, whatever that, you know, what is your liking. I'm going to switch my utensils because I don't like to use metal in my pan. Just scratch this pan. I got my rubber coated cooking utensils for these particular pans. These particular pans are one of my favorite sets of pans that I have. They've lasted me a long, long time as long as I take care of them, like anything. These pans, I got at Costco as a matter of fact, because I love shopping at Costco. It's my favorite store. And these are all hand-washed pans. They can't go in the dishwasher. But they will last you a lifetime as long as you take care of them. You know, so they're getting a nice brown. See how that nice brown is getting on there? If you can see that. You know, hopefully you can. And subscribe so we can do some more. Tell me give me some comments on my video. Tell me what you like or what you don't like. And I can add in, I can take away, I can do whatever you guys like. You know, but make sure you hit that like button. That really helps. See, look how nice and golden brown they're getting. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful colors. It's like beautiful fall colors. Yeah, golden brown. Who said you wasn't listening when Mother was talking? I tell you. I don't know about my kids, you know. I keep thinking they weren't listening and then they surprise me. But isn't that kids for you? So if you find this cooking a little bit too fast or too hard for you, just turn the heat down. Don't be afraid of it. You know, turning the heat down a little bit won't hurt anything. It may just take it a little bit longer, you know, which is okay. You know, it's not going to hurt anything. The most important thing about this is cooking it up to temperature. Now, when you cook it, because you're adding this meat into a gravy, and if you cook it and keep it on warm and you're warming it, it's still cooking inside. So if you stop cooking this, say at 160, 155, and you do your cream sauce, and then add it in and let it simmer for a little, it's going to cook, it's going to get done, you know. But if you ever cook meat, any kind of poultry, any kind of pork like this, you want to make sure that, you know, because some people will cook it like this, and then fry onions in it and serve it over rice or something like that. But your temperature of your meat really has to be up there. You know, you don't want to undercook your pork or chicken. Really nice color on it. We'll pull these off, and then we can start our gravy. So I'm going to pull these off the heat. And I'm going to set them aside. Wow, look at those. Those are beautiful. Beautiful in color and everything. And I bet just them alone, just like this, is wonderful. You know. And when you do other things with it, then you're enhancing the flavor. Making everything taste just wonderful. So, back to our cream sauce. So, I have the temperature down low because you don't want to burn your cream sauce, that's for sure. Okay, and some people will clean the pan with the scrapings, from the scrapings of doing your pork chops. I don't. I like all that flavor in there from the pork chop. Gives it great flavor. So I'm adding the mushrooms back in. I'm going to add the rest of that garlic that I told you about. And you can scrape the scrapings from the pan, all that flavor right into those mushrooms. And add in a little bit of wine, about a half a cup of white wine. or you can use a chablis. Now if you do if you do beef, you want a red wine to make your sauce. Okay, and I'll have this recipe written down on the description part of the video. Okay, so right here I have 2 cups of cream. Okay, medium, and then I'm going to bring it down to low. Okay, as you can see, I got a really nice rolling boil here, and I'm going to keep on doing. It's going to reduce. It's going to start reducing and getting thick. You know, it happens pretty quick. You know, so but the biggest thing is you don't want this to burn. You know, so you just have to stir it. You know, that cream, the heavy cream that you use with the mushrooms and the wine. Now, just remember, I did not add any salt to this, because of that. But I did have salt marinating with the pork chops, which is okay because it blends in with the other spices into the oil. But anyways, what I do add to this is I'm going to add fresh ground pepper, and I'm pretty generous with this because pepper and your sauces like this just go so well together. So well. See how that looks now? It's starting to reduce. Getting thick a little bit. You know, and your mushrooms are still cooking too, and then your meat will still cook down a little bit. So, and when you do the beef, depending on how you like your meat, whether you like it medium, well done, medium rare, if you like it on the rare side, medium rare, don't let it sit in the sauce and cook, because it'll cook it well done, so you can actually even, get it nice and saucy and then plate it with some mushrooms on it, so it doesn't cook into it, so. It looks so nice. That nice little creamy color. It looks like a coffee color, and that's what you want. That's the color you're looking for. So I hope you like my video. I hope you hit the like button for me, and subscribe, and leave me a comment too. Tell me what you like. I really love old recipes, old family recipes, and I like recreating them or trying to recreate them, and putting your own twist on it sometimes. It's just magnificent, and because that's all about cooking. Cooking is very much of an art form, and it's very good to express the way you feel when you cook. It's an expression, but baking is another story. See, cooking, you can have a pinch of this and a pinch of that. With baking, you really have to measure your food out, and making sure that it's all correct. So as you can see, this is cooking down. It's getting thick. I'm going to incorporate our pork right back into here. And the mushroom gravy over the pork. Okay, as you can see, it's been cooking down, and it's just ready for me to pull off the stove. I have the heat off. See how the gravy is nice and thick. It reduced down really nice. Mushrooms right on there. That looks gorgeous. And it smells just as gorgeous as it looks. Okay, as you can see, my gravy and my mushrooms and my pork chops are all done. And this is my quinoa, brown rice and quinoa. I'm going to plate it over. Set some right there. Beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the gravy and put some gravy over it. See, the gravy got really thick. I told you it gets thick fast. And you can make more gravy than I did. Depends on how much liquid you want in your, how much liquid you need. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Put some more mushrooms over it. You could even incorporate some broccoli right now, which would be really beautiful. And there you go, folks. You have pork chops with a mushroom gravy with over brown rice and quinoa. Well, there you go, folks. That's my pork chops with the mushroom cream gravy. Probably not even saying it right, but it sure is good. And I hope you enjoy it. I don't know about better, but I like it. Next time, I'm going to represent another cook. Or I'm going to not represent, but I'm going to have another cook with me. Another person that wants to share a recipe that we'll be cooking together. Their recipe. And this is what it's all about. Sharing. Sharing your recipes from generation to generation. Pass it down. Let's not let these recipes go away, you know. We have to keep these recipes alive. The ones that have been going on for centuries and centuries. It's so important. Don't hold on to these recipes. Don't let them go down with you. Pass them on to your siblings, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You want these good old-fashioned recipes to stay alive. Anyways, it was fun cooking with you. I enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, folks, be kind.